These machines have taken your freedom and loved ones away. Take control of two warriors at the same time and combine and unleash your hero's powers to gain the upper hand on the enemy. Join the Freedom Warriors. The view of the game will be a third-person perspective where the hero will stay in one location except move from side to side for cover. The reason why we are having this view is to show the player where the player can move on the map and to find a better way to flank enemies. The theme of the game will be a cyberpunk Japanese style game. The reason why I chose this theme is because it shows how technologies advance and how dangerous the player will face, all while using your hero's technological powers. Gameplay, action, and rules. The gameplay will be a touch-based game shooter where the player will be able to move in between cover. The player can switch between the heroes they have on their team and will have AI controlling the other heroes that the player is not using. The rules of the game is that in each section the player must take out all the enemies and get to the end of the goal. And if all the heroes are alive, you get the best rewards that the game has to offer. If the enemy takes out one of the player's heroes, the player will lose a star. And the player can control two of the heroes at the same time to combine their abilities to take out the enemies much more quicker to save time. For decisions, the player can decide which hero they want on the player's team for each level. The player can decide which hero that works best with each team and can possibly save more time to earn more stars. We will be having up to 8 heroes for the game. Each hero will have a class of their own strengths and weaknesses. For example, the Assault class can do fast damage but could easily be hurt by heavy weapons. The Medic class can heal teammates but could easily get damage from melee attacks. The Heavy class can take aggro but are bad at range attacks. The Marksman class can do hag damage when aiming for a headshot but could really be affected by status effects like fire and poison. Another feature we'll be having is a hero versus hero mode, basically a PvP. They will be placed in a random map for each start of the game and maneuver their heroes around the map and using the hero's abilities to beat the opposing team. The anti-force the player will be facing is the enemy robots. They will get in the player's way. If they manage to take down the player's hero, they will have to restart the player's level. Each enemy will have different set of attacks that the player will have to watch out for and use their skills more wisely to take them down. Another anti-force that the player will face is time. In each section, if the player does not complete the level in a certain amount of time, they will lose all the stars and the rewards that the player can earn. The games that are somewhat similar to my games are Frontline Commando 2 and Brother in Arms 3. They are both mobile-based games. What's different about my game from these two is that in my game, the player can control two heroes at the same time, maneuver them around the map, and combine each hero's ultimate attack to gain the upper hand on the enemy. The other games only allow the player to move side to side and use special attacks only one at a time. The potential risk that I could get from the game is animating the heroes. A way I could fix this is by practicing my animations and only putting a few heroes in the game and see how they would work. Another risk is how unbalanced the game will be in PvP. A way that I could counter this risk is by adding a few strengths and weaknesses to each character and number how much health and how much weapon damage they can do. Thank you for taking the time to listen to my pitch.